Deus Vault, my fellow gamers. Here, I finally got my little Mantic, there you go, my little Mantic supplies in. So what happened is, if anybody remembers this melted down face of a Joker here, Hacker Halftail. So I got him, and then one of my rat swarms was missing a base. So they sent the base off, and in my communication with Mantic, of course, they wanted to see the model, how jacked up he was. And, you know, because I'm across the pond, it's not like I could drive down to their store and pick one up. You know, they had to send an extra one out to me. So this guy, his face all melted off on one side. And this is the points version of him. So he was like 15 to 25 Mantic points to get this version of Hacker Halftail. It's a single piece cast, but he was cast wonky. So in the email, I said, you know, I would much rather have as a replacement the multi-part kit, because I bought also at the same time this Master Creeper model. And in this model, you would get half a tail, the Hacker Halftail face, and also his bomb hand. Looks much like this, but he's a little bit different pose. And actually, this model is bigger and it has better detail. So whereas this one is a difficult to get, you know, Mantic points one, this one is a for money, you can buy it, but I think it's better value. The sculpt is better. And man, I just love that Master Creeper. Oh, look at that gas mask and whatnot. This dude is serious. So they sent one out to me. Since I like the sculpt better, they sent me out a multi-piece kit. And I love it. He's got his little half tail tucked behind, whereas you see the Master Creeper has a full tail. Yep, that is a separate bit. It looks like it might be a one-piece mold, but it is not. That's a separate bit. And then his face is just excellent detail. His little grenade there is excellent. And this guy is minty fresh. Like, I just got done priming him. He's a little bit tacky on his base, too. But, yeah, I'm not getting any on my fingers, so he will cure up nicely. And I had to wait just a little bit, because they didn't have any freshly poured. So that means they didn't have any in stock. So they went ahead and freshly poured me him, and it leads me to a little bit of a conundrum. But anyway, let me. So I've got these two models, wonderful sculpts, great models. And then I just wanted to show you, this is the third Hacker Halftail that they made. You can only get him in the Star Saga. I don't even know if you can get him in the regular Star Saga box. I got him in the Kickstarter exclusive Star Saga box. So I'm not sure if he's something that is included in regular Star Saga. But he is a special one. He's a bit harder to get. There's his little half-tail right back there. But I love my Hacker Halftails. They're cool. So you can get 3 from Mantic, but I highly suggest the multi-piece one. He's big, bulky, and he's just, the detail pops. I love that sculpt. And the mold that they used with him is pristine. There was hardly any damage that you had to carve out or whatnot to this kit. Very awesome. And it leads me to the conundrum of him being freshly poured, because when they freshly poured him, they said, oh, look, some people have some items on their wish list for models, and one of mine, that's right, is the Metal Piper. I mean, I've got this one. This one's the hard to get 25 point Mantic points one. You know, you've got to buy some packs to get this guy. You know, 25 of those little Mantic points. You know, you only get like, what, 6 in a mega army, and that's like $160 now. So yeah, 25 points. You know, he's a no-joke guy. That's why this dude over here is a no-joke guy too. But I didn't have a Piper. I really wanted a Piper. And so the metal one was out of stock. I'm like, well, crud. So I got this one. I like the sculpt. He's cool and all. He's got the authoritative finger pointing, which is cool, screaming his head off. He's a very gnarly model. but I don't know. I like the other one, the metal one. So if I get the metal one, then I'm getting 2 more of these. So I don't know if I want 6 rat swords. Like, in a game of Dead Zone, is he going to be alive long enough to create 6 rats? I don't know. I think at 4, I'm pushing it. But who knows? Because when you hit the table, he comes with 2. Next round, 3. Next round, 4. So that's already round 3. I don't know if he would survive long enough unless I hide him. Yeah, but who knows? If Kalishis are hunting for pipers, they're going to get the piper. So, but, it's kind of exciting. Just today, I won a Thorgrim and his group. It's like a box set of Thorgrim for Dead Zone or Warpath Firefight, He's one of those models when I first started in, because Forge Fathers got me into Dead Zone, that he wasn't available. Or no, my fault. He was available on website, but I was buying other stuff like the Hammerfall troops and whatnot, So I was buying up those online exclusive stuff or direct only stuff, and I thought that, this Thorgrim guy, he looks kind of normal. I don't know if I want just pure hammers in a ranged combat game. So I'm like, yeah, melee, I'm going to probably pass on that. And I regretted it after reading the Thorgrim rules. Those guys all have gats. And who knew? Now I know. And their rules were really good. I didn't really take much account of them in 3rd edition. But anyway, one of them popped up and I was able to win it. And I was very, very excited about that. And so those are coming in. And I had made up my mind to go ahead and paint my Forge Father Dead Zone force, because they're the ones that got me into it. I actually have a really sweet Iron Ancestor painted up. He's fully magnetized and all that good stuff. So later on I'll show you guys that stuff. And I got my Dead Zone Church and all that extra kit from 3rd edition. I've got that all dry brushed up, and it's ready for some more painting. I gotta wait for it to cool down a little bit before I use the airbrush in that garage and start burning it up. It's gonna be the white. It started off like this gray, and I actually took this apple barrel white and dry brushed all over it, so it has a really nice look to it, and I burn it like paper. So I just spray with the airbrush the brown, then I do the inner ring black, and then all the exposed rebar and whatnot, just touch that up with metal. Looks fantastic. It is austere as far as a paint job goes, but with all these colorful models that are running around, I want them to pop on that white background almost. And it's not really all that austere, because what I do is I dry brush scuff marks and stuff all over where these guys would be walking. So it does have some of that. Later on, I want to get into the little bitty posters for propaganda or whatever, soap advertisements, stuff like that. So stick those on the side of the buildings, but that can be done when they're painted. So, it's one of those little touches that I do want to do. And also stenciling letters or painting graffiti and stuff like that. We're going to get to all that stuff. Wish there were more hours in the day. I guess everyone wishes that. But I'm also on a massive Undead kick. Like, massive. I cannot stop myself. It's insane. After getting the crazy box, I got those Revenant troops, but I also got those ogres. There's just 3 of them, but it's like, I really want to buy ogres now, but I have to stop myself because it's, get the Undead. Just get up the Undead. Get the forces. And here is an idea that I've had for a long time. I actually have some of these painted, but I'm going to go ahead and paint these. It's a modular kind of cemetery, and it's old paneling that was in my old house, and I just took that off. It's MDF. I'm like, yeah, man, we're going to use this. So just 3 tombstones that belonged in the Games Workshop skeleton sprues. So just, I would carve off a bunch of these skulls with the crossbones. It's not the easiest thing to do, but I'd carve it off, smooth it down, and just make normal tombstones. And these, I actually do write on these. You know, one of these is going to say Joe Mama. It just has to happen. So, yeah, I have some of these painted. They look really good. I've got tufts in them. It's just a simple gray paint and a 2 highlights of varying higher up grays, and then just brown, dry brush the ballast, and then pop some tufts on them and do an outline of black, and it is done. And that's a good chunk. And here you can see I can have a big old plot. I can have a plot doing different things. I think I have four more chunks painted up this exact size. So I have a fairly large, you know, cemetery-ish type thing, at least the organized rows. And you're not going to put them down like this, because who's going to bury, I mean, this is like a midget graveyard. Sorry, all my midgets. But yeah, you're not going to put them out like this. On the gaming board, you know, they're going to be spaced out. You're going to utilize it as best you can. I have a bunch of fences and hedgerows that I'm going to line this with, keep it a little private. I did buy a bunch more MDF, so I'm going to be cutting out sections for like dead trees, you know, just put up a dead tree here or there, you know. My main goal is to have a really gnarly cemetery board, a very, very dark setup cemetery, full-on undead. That's what it's for. I have numerous, you know, Forge World pieces and the old GW stuff. I have a fully painted Garden of Moor, which I think turned out really excellently. And I'll show you guys that later on. But, you know, this is just one of these things. I know I can knock these out super fast, and they would be highly effective. It's like a morale boost, you know. Once you're into an army and you're putting together 40 plus models of plastic, then what you do is you give yourself these little boons and boosts, so to keep you going through the grind. But anyway, I just wanted to give a slight update. Mantic guys are awesome. Zach took care of me. Thank you so much, Zach. You're awesome, especially allowing me to get the multi-part model instead of another one of the solid piece models. Very, very happy with that. And you guys take it easy. Carry a liaison.